Hello and welcome to the third Frozen Synapse video tutorial. In this episode we'll be focusing on a match against the AI in the Extermination game mode. And as you can see here, we have 5 turns to kill as many opponents as we can. Right, so the first thing you can do is you can just see how the whole map layout is, as well as where your units start and what they are. Now I'll be talking through this whole match, so at some points I won't be talking, but hopefully I'll be able to talk through all of my thoughts and actions. So as you can see, the enemy have 1 machine gunner here and 2 up in the top left, whereas we have 2 machine gunners in mid and right field, and then 1 shotgun near the top right. So we can see that this machine gun is most likely going to die because it is surrounded by 3 of mine, and all I need to do is attempt to kill this one while protecting myself from their top forces, and then once I've killed their middle machine gunner, this one here, I can regroup and then focus on their other forces. So how can I effectively kill this one? Well, I have 1 machine gun here already behind cover, nearly looking at him, so I might as well utilise him. So I move him up slightly and use a move aim order in his current position. So here he will hopefully be able to start shooting at him immediately, and because he's in cover I will be able to win that fight. Now this machine gun is a bit worse position. I could move to this window and start shooting at him. However, their machine gun can move to this window up above me and shoot me while I'm not looking. So instead, I'm going to put a continue on sight order. This will make him move even though he sees enemies or gets shot at by some. So he's now going to move into cover and then aim at this doorway where this machine gunner might run to, and then head to the window. This should cover this approach in case my first machine gunner misses. Now what if the machine gunner runs up here? Well, I have this shotgun, and in this small space, even though he may see me first, I will still shoot him and win the fight because the reactions of a shotgun are much faster. Now I'll show you this and how a simulation works. Now let's say my machine gunner misses. I'll simulate this by doing ignore enemy, so he won't shoot at this enemy. Okay, now my shotgun will move up, and let's say this machine gunner, let's say he moves over here and starts looking at this doorway. Now I'll show that my machine gunner will hopefully win this fight by pressing this button. All actions will happen. So what happens is he moves here. Okay, sorry, that was a bit bad. Let's say this machine gunner also ignores my guy. Okay, so he sees my shotgunner, but my shotgunner still wins because his reactions are much faster. Now bear in mind that even though the shotgun's reactions are faster, his range is vastly shorter. Whereas a machine gun can shoot across the map, essentially, I'm not 100% sure on its range. The shotgun only has a range of, say, where he is to possibly the machine gunner's current location, not much further than that. So that's why I'm moving him in close. So also bear in mind that even though I've given orders to this red machine gunner, when I press prime to finish my turn, those are not the orders given. The AI's orders override my simulation orders. So let's say my shotgunner wins. I then want to move him into a safe place, so after he has moved across the doorway over here, he will cancel move aim, so he'll move at normal speed and then move back up here. Okay, I'll now prime and see what happens. Okay, so now that I've primed and the enemy have set their orders, and let's press the play button to see what happens. There we go. As you can see, the shotgunner killed him and has moved back up into his position over here. These guys couldn't even get a shot off before my shotgun had killed them. But now everyone's in a reasonably defendable position. These enemies are still up here, so I can easily get into position before they arrive. Now, what should I do? This shotgun is stuck here a bit for now. If he moves out, he'll most likely get shot before he can, well, he can't actually shoot them from here over here. But this machine gun here is too far back to be useful, so I'm going to cancel move aim. You need to remember to do this if you have previously done a move aim. Even though it was a turn ago, he will still continue looking over there. So cancel the move aim, so he moves at normal speed. And I shall then move over here. While looking over at the enemy, I'll be popping slightly out of the corner. And I'll show you what would happen. This is what I aim to happen. He'll look over, and then he could potentially start shooting. Oh, he moves slightly slowly, let's see. I'll also do a continue on sight so he doesn't get distracted. Okay, well at least he's targeted the enemy. Now, this machine gun is in a slightly useless position. Enemies can come from here and flank him, or they could come up here, in which case he's useful. So I'm not 100% sure what I could do with him. Maybe a safer bet would to bring him to this window, and then at least if I do get flanked, I can run over here into safety. So let's do that. Cancel move aim because he's aiming at this doorway. Continue on sight just in case he would get distracted. Move just before the window, aim at that doorway, and then move here. Now I'm moving here deliberately because if anyone comes into this window or this doorway, I'm still being blocked by this pillar, so they can't see me and engage me. I'm not 100% sure if I'm accurate with this pinpoint. Maybe they can see part of me and therefore engage, but at least it would protect me slightly. Now I could simulate to see if they can get there, but there's no point because they're still quite far away. They would have to walk all the way around here and then engage. They're not going to get a shot off in the next turn, which lasts 5 seconds. Okay, so my shotgun, what is he going to do? Well, he excels at short-range combat. Now, as I've got the right side of the map covered with this machine gun, and the middle covered with this one, I can run up to the left with my shotgun, and as it's all buildings, he should be able to shoot them as they enter the buildings. So he currently doesn't have a move aim, so I don't need to cancel that. However, I do want to continue on sight. Although I could run up here and then hopefully go along the wall. However, I'm not going to do that because if any of them look up, I'm going to be dead instantly. Well, nearly. So what happens, I'll continue on sight to this pillar, which will provide me a bit of protection, and then use a move aim against this doorway, then move into position. And if I simulate, let's see how far I get. Now it's very important to simulate because you might not be able to reach the position you want to reach, and then next turn the enemy will be able to react to your movement before you're even in position. As you can see, I'm not perfectly in position, so what I'm going to do is cancel my move aim and instead issue a duck order. Now this duck order means that, well, he will duck. So any half height terrain, like these boxes or these windows, I am still hidden behind, so as if it was a full height wall, so they can't now shoot me. So as you can see, what will happen, my shotgunner will run up, he will now duck and then move into position, and you can see that he's ducked with this little icon. Here they're standing and here they're sitting down. Okay, well, I believe that that turn is done, so what I will do is I'll prime and then we'll see what the enemy do.